This is the OXA 2600 milliamp power bank portable USB battery pack. This battery pack comes with just pretty much the bare essentials for charging. It's got a USB 5 volt out that puts out, according to the bottom of the pack, 800 milliamps. And there's a capacity listed to it, 2600 milliamps. And then it comes with this white USB-A male connection to a micro USB connection for charging. That'll work on most of your Android phones. If you want to charge an Apple product, you'll need to use the cable that came with your product to plug into the side of this power bank and use that cable instead. It doesn't put out enough amperage to power a tablet, but it should be able to power an iPhone just fine. There also is an instruction manual that comes with it. The instruction manual is in very poorly translated English, but you can still read through it, or try to read through it if you want. And it doesn't really tell you anything you don't already probably know just from common sense. Don't set it on fire, don't crush it. This battery bank only weighs about 2.5 ounces. It makes it really nice for being able to carry in your pocket and charge your phone on the go without having to have a big bulky charger like some of the larger 5,000 milliamp to 10,000 milliamp packs that won't fit in your pocket quite as easily. You also use this 5 volt in with the micro USB to charge the battery pack. Now you can charge it by plugging in your computer's USB port, or if you have a USB wall adapter you can charge it that way, but the USB cable it comes with for charging devices also works for charging the battery pack itself. To turn on this power bank, it's very simple. There's only one button. You press this, the blue light comes on, and it's outputting voltage through the USB out. Press it again, it turns off. There's no other features to it. It doesn't give you any kind of indicator as far as how much battery is left. That would have been nice, but for such a small battery pack I don't think it's necessary. When you plug this into a USB charger, either on your computer or a wall outlet, this light here will turn red to show you that it's charging, and once it's fully charged that red light will go off. Now, one thing that's important to keep in mind on this particular pack that I found is that even when it's turned off and you've gone and turned this light off, or if you've never even turned it on, if you plug in a device, I still show with my OXA power analyzer that it's pulling a little bit of drain on the battery. The battery shows that instead of putting out 5 volts at 800 milliamps, it puts out about 3.5 volts at around 300 milliamps. So even if you've already turned this battery pack off when you're done using it, just make sure you unplug the USB charging cable from it. That way you're not getting any kind of phantom power drain on the battery pack and running it down more than you expect once you're done charging up whatever it is you were trying to charge. Now, I tested this battery pack by hooking it up to a 5 ohm resistor, which pulls a little more current out than it's rated. I forgot that this was only rated for 800 milliamps or 0.8 amps. Hooking up a 5 ohm resistor made it pull 1 amp out. So that's just a little more than it's rated for, and the battery got a little warm, but not hot by any means to the touch. It held up well with that, so it's good to know that over discharging it just a little bit by about 25% doesn't seem to have affected it at all. And then I used a OXA power analyzer to measure the amount of energy going back into the pack. Now at 2600 milliamps, that comes out to 9.62 watt hours of energy. When I measured the amount of energy I put back into the pack, I measured 10.2 watt hours, which when you divide that out by 3.7 volts, that comes out to 2.756 amps, or 2,756 milliamps. So this battery pack actually performed a little bit above its specs, which is always nice to see in a battery pack, so very pleased with that. All in all though, very much recommend this battery pack. It's great for having just a little bit of extra juice to get your phone through the rest of the day, and nobody's phone lasts a whole day anymore, it seems like, if you're using any kind of apps or Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, streaming video. It's small enough that it can slip into your pocket and be pretty unobtrusive. These corners here are routed off on the edges, so they're not just sharp edges right here. A more circular design would slip into your pocket a little bit easier, but this still works really great for that purpose. And just so you can see how big it is, I'll show you here. This is a Samsung Galaxy S2 phone, and that gives you kind of an idea of how large the battery pack is compared to a fairly standard mobile phone. So that is your review of the OXA 2600 milliamp power bank.